The GRADD region in Western Kentucky make up a small part of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And for the last 50 years, they have been hard at work improving the quality of life for the people who live here. But the impact they have reaches far beyond the borders that make up this region. And while it may seem that this mostly rural region is a bit behind the times, if you look closely, you will find something different. An agency that continually comes to the aid of the citizens in its 7 counties. But how they have evolved over the last 50 years is quite remarkable. Let's take a trip through the region so you can see several examples of the work GRADD does and the people who are affected by its work. There is no debating that finding skilled workers is the biggest obstacle that companies in our region face. And GRADD is taking steps to help provide the workforce with the training they need to be relevant in today's job market. Our first stop is Titan Contracting, located in Owensboro, where they help train the next generation of welders and tradesmen.
We have these individuals come in and they don't have any welding skills at all. They're learning from scratch. So they're going to come in making just a basic entry-level wage, close to minimum wage really. And they go through an 8-week training program and learn all these processes. And then they come out making 18, 20, if not more, dollars on the hour. So just in a matter of 8 weeks, they can get out there and they can earn a competitive living wage. It's making a significant impact all over.
Next, we talked with Tyler Ashton, who without GRADD wouldn't have the job he has now.
I actually had an experience where I had to sleep in my car for like a week. I had a little Scion TC that I was sleeping in. And I'm a pretty big dude, it was rough on the knees. I wouldn't have been able to finish school without GRADD, without their financial assistance. I currently work at Amazon at the facility in Shepherdsville as a maintenance supervisor. I've more than doubled my income. There's nothing I would change at all about my experience. It's been really humbling, that's for sure. I've just been really appreciative of the whole process. Things could have turned out a lot worse for me.
The on-the-job training doesn't just extend to the manufacturing sector. There are also programs in healthcare and a future apprenticeship program that will offer companies involvement in skills development that are relevant to market demands. This is a win-win for both the workers and the companies. While in Sullivan, located in Union County, which by the way, you might miss if you blink, we stopped by to talk to Catherine Mays, who for many years gave of herself by volunteering at the local school in her area. But after being diagnosed with bone cancer, she had to start worrying about caring for herself.
If I take a notion to move this, well, I just move it wherever. If I take a notion to move one bedroom to another, I did. Now I can't, and I can't mop the floors and all. I try, but I do. But you just can't do it, and so until anybody's been to where that they couldn't, and then somebody steps in and they act like that they are glad to help you also, But I think the Lord will reward them many of the time, and I appreciate it very much. And they bring the Meals on Wheels, and which of the people that brings it is good. The food is good. It's been a blessing in disguise. It's just something that you can't, until you've been there, you can't really, at least I can't explain how I really feel. Because, I just can't do it.
It's people like Catherine who often get overlooked. But GRADD steps in and provides the vehicle for these heroes to get the service they deserve.
I don't know what I would do without them, and I appreciate them very much, very, very much.
Jason Koger, who receives services through GRADD's personal care attendant program, gets assistance with most things we take for granted.
On March 1st, 2008, I was riding a four-wheeler and I came in contact with a down power line, took 7,200 volts of electricity. And in order to save my life, basically they had to amputate both arms. A lot of people don't understand whenever a life change, episode happens like that. I was 29 years old. We went from having 2 kids and a husband and a wife to a wife having 3 kids. People don't realize how important your hands are. Somebody had told me about this program that GRADD, they help people out, and I think you have to have lost 2 limbs. In order to be in this program. Basically, I would be the employer to hire, whoever I wanted to hire to help me do things that I really couldn't do. And luckily, I've been able to, hire my wife. And it's funny because I'll tell my wife, yeah, I'm your boss, so it's just hard for it's hard for me to explain, how good they are. I mean, they're very helpful and very willing to help, and they want to see me succeed. I mean, that's the number one thing. They want to see us succeed and be the same happy family that we were before I lost my limbs.
GRADD's Community and Economic Development Department has helped several businesses get off the ground. One such example of this is the Little Kentucky Smokehouse, located in rural Union County, owned and operated by the husband and wife team of Linda and Jimmy Baird. This business was funded by almost $1 million in GRADD loans.
It has helped enable us to employ over 200 employees from the surrounding area. There are many companies that we use locally for our supplies, for our goods. So GRADD has affected not only us, but Union County and really the United States, because our hams are in Texas, Florida, Maine, Washington, all over the United States.
They started from nothing, and now their customer base includes Walmart, Kroger, Winn-Dixie, Meijer, and Food Lion. They attribute their success to God's grace and the help GRADD provided them in getting funding to build the plant. GRADD has played a vital role in many regional projects. Over in the McLean County area, they helped organize and fund the updating and combining of several water systems, doubling its capacity and turning it into a regional system that now provides over 2 million gallons of water a day to its users.
We really consider this regionalism because this is one of the first true efforts that we have ever had in this county of uniting everybody behind a common goal for a service. This plant opened into full production in early April of this year. To say it's been a success is an understatement. The involvement of the Area Development District has been key. They have directed us through the processes, and without that assistance, we would be struggling still, probably trying to figure out the direction to go with this.
Next, we look at the Natcher Bridge project. The bridge was constructed for 2 reasons: to relieve traffic congestion on the aging Owensboro Bridge in downtown Owensboro, and as part of a larger project to make U.S. Highway 231 a 4-lane road between Owensboro and Interstate 64. GRADD played an organizational role in helping get this bridge built.
Well, one of the biggest projects that I experienced in Owensboro was the development of the Natcher Bridge. We worked on that for years, back when I was at the chamber and then when I was mayor. Matter of fact, I campaigned on it. The great thing about GRADD is that there is a group of highly trained people who specialize in things like transportation planning and can work with the federal government, work with Frankfurt and all that to get the money here. So as a funding source, as a planning source to tie into the federal plans and all that was absolutely critical, or you would not have gotten a bridge across the Ohio River.
One of the more exciting projects for the area is the I-69 project. We talked with Judge Executive Brad Schneider about the impact this will have on the region.
I-69 is one of the most transformational infrastructure projects that this generation of Northwest Kentuckians will see. It has the potential to truly energize and transform the economic futures of towns in Northwest Kentucky and Southwest Indiana. The GRADD staff have been much more than just support. They've also helped lead in this respect because they understand the economic potential of this and how it can affect our region. And so they didn't merely just wait for instruction. They got right in there with us. And I don't think it could have gone as well without GRADD as it has, so we really appreciate that.
That brings us to the Bluegrass Crossing Industrial Park. With many counties limited on the amount of land they have for industrial development, this project brought the counties of Davis, Hancock, McLean, and Ohio and their resources together and created something that can benefit them all.
We have 3 industry there now that employ about 900 people, and we encourage them, obviously, to hire people from the counties represented as a part of Bluegrass Crossings. You know, if we were just a private organization out here trying to do something on our own, we wouldn't have the knowledge, the experience that GRADD has offered to us. So it's made a good team, volunteers who want to be involved, and our organization knows how to get involved.
Another meaningful project, the Connect GRADD Internet Service, provides internet to a user group that wouldn't have access otherwise.
Connect GRADD is not there to make a dollar. They're not there to make a profit. They're there to provide a service to people who would otherwise not have that service. I had a gentleman who lives in Ohio County, and there was some concern about the speed, and he actually came to me after one of our meetings and said, "I want to thank you, Judge, for continuing to support it, because without that service, I would not have been able to complete some online classes and get my baccalaureate degree."
We have seen just a small sample of the projects that GRADD has been a part of for the last 50 years. But it's not just the past that excites us, it's the potential for the future.
I want to thank all of you watching this video for trusting in GRADD for the last 50 years and believing in what we do and how we help the communities. However, the next 50 years is in your hand. You need to decide what type of mold the GRADD should be coming in to meet the new demands at the local level. So I would charge all the cities and counties or elected officials, citizens, nonprofits, and everybody else to really come back to GRADD and say, by the way, we want you to tackle things like this because you have that connections with the people and also with the success in the past. So I would charge and challenge all of you to really help GRADD out to see the brighter future for the next 50 years.